cash, you know?
Y'all, you know what it is. Your boy Ryan Leslie, aka R-Less, aka the guy that started all this internet stuff in the first place. So as I see young entrepreneurs and other folks following in the footsteps, following the next selection blueprint, I got to give a shout out to my man Fab and myfabulouslife.com. Once again, it's your boy Ryan Leslie, and we're talking about right now just the chemistry, the explosive energy that's always captured whenever I'm in the studio with Fab. I mean, this has been going on for a while, and if you're new to this, you should really get into your Ryan Leslie history and go back in the archives a few years to Used to Be, which is the first record we did together. Used to Be, featuring Fab. And one of the things I can always be assured of is that this is somebody that always brings their A game to the studio. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how many millions of records he sold, doesn't matter how many awards, no matter how many accolades. This is somebody that always brings a serious A game, a serious artistic contribution to the studio, and that's something I respect. And when you have that type of mutual respect in the studio, the energy is always going to be crazy. Yeah, so everybody that knows me, been following me, knows that I usually make my records uptown in Harlem. And so this album, and this year I decided to take up a residency downtown at another studio called Chungking. And the reason why I decided to do that, not because I couldn't make the same records uptown, but because there's a different sort of energy and a different sort of camaraderie that happens when you're in the studio and you have other rooms that are working. So we had already booked out a couple of days. I mean, actually, this is crazy because we were getting to the end. I had just gotten the news that Fab was almost done with his album. And I said, that's impossible because I'm not on there yet. So we made the appropriate call, scheduled the appropriate studio time, and we were in there already. This was already, you know, a couple days in. And it just so happened that Kerry happened to be in another room working on a different artist joint and came in just to, you know, respectfully stop into the session, see what was sounding like. And immediately, you know, I have always been a fan of Kerry. Shout out to her. We actually in the Best New Artist nominee category competitively for the BET Awards. So that's just to let you know the level of artistry that she brings. And so the minute she walked into the studio, I knew that this was a moment that we needed to capture, not just on film, because I film everything, but also on record. And so that energy, as you could see, was initially premiered on RyanLeslie.com. It's also right here on myfabulouslife.com and other studio sessions. You'll all be able to check them out right here. But, you know, you could just tell that three focused, passionate, hard-working artists that care about music, not just care about success or being fly or flossy or commercial, but just care about bringing that A game musically and creatively. You knew that something incredible was going to happen, and we were just having a great time. I mean, as you can see in the video, there was a lot of people in the room, and the energy was good. And she just came in and just straight off top laid the melody that you heard. And we're still. This is how crazy we are about records. It was that long ago, and we're still tweaking that record. I just ran it. We just did a show together at Stony Brook. She gave me a CD or something. Then she played it for Fab, and Fab came back and is rewriting. We're still tweaking that record. That's how much care we take, because it was already hot when y'all heard it. It was already crazy. But that's how much care and that's how much attention that we put into making the art that we create, man, because we understand it's our legacy, man, and that's it's the final product. The final product is going to be well worth the wait and well worth the energy that we put into it. As y'all know, I film everything, and I've been doing so since about 2005. When I was initially, I got the cue from Puff, because he was always running around with cameras, and at first I thought it was just to stunt, you know. And I'm like, oh, okay, you're just walking around and you got cameras following you. It makes more of a scene and a spectacle. I was like, okay, that's a good idea. Maybe I should do that too, you know, seeing as I'm trying to come up in the game, you know, learn from somebody, a mentor of mine. But once I actually began to sit down and review the footage, I realized that having this and the fact that it's inexpensive enough, like tape is so inexpensive and now the digital cards are so inexpensive, I realized that it's so valuable to have this archive, because it also allows me now, especially now that I'm doing my shows, it's almost like being in high school and you're on an athletic team and your coach is filming your practices and filming your games, and you can actually sit down and review the moves that you make. You can you can review the mistakes that you make. You can review the moves of your opponents and your teammates, and you begin to analyze and begin to actually step your game up, you know. And for me, I think that filming is just an opportunity for me to not only see where I've been, but also see where I want to go. And also, it provides an opportunity to, the same way that Fab is doing right here, is it provides an opportunity for you to have your own dedicated entertainment distribution channel. And I think that's what the internet is beginning to provide, is that if you have enough engaging content, you can have your own focused, dedicated entertainment channel. And there have been some very successful examples of that, and myfabulouslife.com is turning into what I would consider a success story in that department. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that Fab is not somebody that just rests on the laurels of being a rap superstar or an entertainment superstar, but understands the importance of embracing new technology as a pathway to be successful and to be relevant currently and in the future. So I think it's very important. And if y'all don't have a camera, you better get up on your camera game, because otherwise you're just going to be in the dark, you know what I mean? And if we're doing it and you're not, and we're where we are and you're not, then you're really not on your game. You know what I'm saying? So get on your game.